Kakanda TV.
Na jo maraba jifi ni benani oga jankuli agaza ni jenwai na jibo ashini jemi chimana jibo ebo bamalele jewo. I started by reciting the Surah Al-Fatiha, which is the Kitab. I'm glad we put this meeting committed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the Islamic prayer from the Chada of Kakanda. I'm here in my capacity as representing the Yaganku and also as the Nakorji of Kakanda and one of the offsprings of Dr. Ahmed to do the unveiling of this program and also to give a keynote address on his life and his living. Before I start proper, I must obey the protocol by welcoming our special guests, the Honorable Ebaya Tijani. You are most welcome. I will not start this program without giving the gratitude and show my pride on the convener of this program, that is Alizaj. Also wish to extend to Muhammad Danoko, the Sultan Wasa, and the President Kakanda sons and daughters, and our past, the Queen Mother, the past queens and the present queen. I would very much appreciate all the efforts you've been doing in the past to project the image and culture of Kakanda people. My statement will not be complete without giving the due gratitude to those who are not in the category of people I mentioned earlier. Most among them is my friend, my advisor, my senior in the service, because he rose to the position of permanent secretary, which is the highest for any civil servant to attain. So, with these little remarks, I want to start with the life and the living of Dr. Ahmed. Over 6 decades ago, we saw that an educationist, administrator, a devoted Muslim, a historian, by historian I mean a professional historian, and a philanthropist of a difference, began to start a course that, unknown to many of his contemporaries, would eliminate the path of Kakanda as well as millions of other Nigerians. Dr. Umaru Sanda, the Chiruma of the Agaiku of Kakanda, the position he held until he passed away. He was respected, he was inspirational, timeless identity as a teacher, mentor, and father to leaders. Because he really groomed leaders that continue to guide policy decisions, like my friend here said, as well as being a compass for building a more tolerable, empathetic, and equitable society. It was like a compass that shows direction. If you don't want to miss where you're going, you definitely need a compass. He was born to the family of Sumasu Amadu of Yagba clan, Yagbadobi to be specific, on the 19th of February, sorry, on the 18th of February 1939. His unparalleled teaching experience which began from Egan Primary School, took him round from primary, tertiary, secondary and tertiary levels, molding the minds of young and the old into exceptional vessels of knowledge. This long teaching career which traversed northern Nigeria, the Kakanda of immaculate extraction. He stepped into public service as an ambassador of our culture, that is of Kakanda culture. And he never let Kakanda down. As he left his mark through legacies of compassion, diligence, and genuine concern across northeastern and northwestern states. He brought the best of Kakanda to other Nigerians. It is the character he shows. Show other Nigerians who don't know the tribe of Kakanda, as Kakandas are really good, trusted, and fine people. The respect and understanding that Kakanda are enjoying today was mostly his handiwork. Dr. Sanda, in the parlance of his colleagues, was an educational policy mascot that built other mascots, particularly stemming from when he taught at the Bida Teachers Training College. He combined his teaching roles with administrative functions, a testament to his diverse knowledge and skills in many disciplines. He was instrumental in expanding the boundaries of the education in northern Nigeria through the Northern Nigeria Teacher Education Project, abbreviated as NNTEP. At this organization, NNTEP, He developed teachers' capacities and subject curricula. He also collated conference proceedings and developed the final project report, despite having spent less than 3 years in the project, that is the NNTEP. Dr. Sanda, may he so rest in peace, was the first in many things, an achievement which also made him the first Kakanda in many things. He projected Kakanda to prominence through this first. Dr. Sanda was the first Kakanda to study abroad at that level, where he obtained his first degree at University of Wisconsin in Madison. Subsequently, he went back for his second degree, master's, at Milwaukee University in the same state, Wisconsin. And he was first Kakanda to obtain a PhD degree. This might sound very inspirational, not by design. He was the first Kakanda with 2 daughters with PhD degrees now, and one of them being the first female PhD holder of Kakanda extraction. He was the first indigenous vice principal at the Sokoto Advanced Teachers College. Before then, they were all Britons. A British principal, British vice principal. But he was the first indigenous vice principal. And the first principal and later provost of the College of Education, Mina, a school he started from the scratch. Dr. Sanda continued to lay down institutions, structures, and he continued to define the excellence of the school. Several decades later, true to his nature of being the first, his motto to the school he started was, and it still is, second best is not good enough. And his achievements for the school remain some of his key elements of his legacy. Again, Dr. Omar Sanda was the first executive secretary of National Electoral Commission, NEC. Before his tenure, there were chairmen and secretaries, but he was the first executive secretary between 1987 and 1989. He put in place the instructional structures and systems that became the bedrock of the June 12, 1993 presidential elections, regarded as the most peaceful, free and fair presidential election in the history of Nigeria. Some of these institutional bedrocks have endured through subsequent electoral bodies, including the current Independent National Electoral Commission. Kakanda have directly and indirectly benefited from these regional and national achievements, particularly through improvements in education in the north and the deepening democratic values to which Dr. Sanda was a key. Contributor. Kakanda is enriched by Dr. Sanda's philanthropic activities, which spanned his adult life and continued to leave global maps of kindness. He used his personal resources to support tuition of his pupils who could not afford it. At the same time, hundreds of children used his home as temporary and in some cases permanent residence. While attending school, he single-handedly provided opportunities for thousands of children to acquire education. His passion for Kakanda in particular and Nigeria in general was often reflected in his numerous contributions to social, political, economic discourses. These were exemplified in the conduct and contributors to public policy, infrastructure development. He was instrumental to the advocacy and eventual development of the Jamata-Buda Road, a vital transportation artery for that axis of the state. Wow. He is a pillar of learning. He infused the discipline for knowledge in his children, who span the spectrum of his pupils, students, nephews, nieces, cousins, and biological offspring. He reached pinnacle of academic pursuit, obtaining a PhD in educational administration and planning from Ahmed University, ABU Zaria in 1979. His PhD research is in integrative attitudes and values among various levels of educated Nigerians, was drawn from the desire to build value-based society, as a testament of his cross-border influence and showing Kakanda to the world. He received the Best Historian Award from United States of America National History Honor Society in 1970, among others. Wow. We have the Phi Alpha Theta organization, which is one of the largest world organized historical body. They also honored him. He was a family man that operated within a walk-to-life integration model that was far ahead of its time. He seamlessly fused his roles so well that he was as present as a father, as he was a husband, son, brother, uncle, teacher, a public servant. The values of kindness, discipline, focus, tolerance, and self-worth that he instilled have radiated through his large household, permeating every corner of the globe. Dr. Sanda died on 1st January 1998.
Kakanda TV.